new pieces. That is challenging to the performer, of course, but also to the audience. After she finished the program, she had 2 bows. She then came back on stage, and I was shocked that she was going to play an encore. It's not necessary to play an encore. It's not written in any book of laws of music performance. So she played, so an encore is meant to be something sort of spicy, something sparkling, something to send you out in a good mood, something that might even be witty, for heaven's sakes. And so she played a short, that was good, turgid, bad, boring piece. And people kind of sort of clapped. Afterwards, I said, not after the performance, I mean, one only says good things after a performance. Afterwards, at some time later, I said, what was that and why did you play it? And, I mean, you can speak frankly to your friends, can you not? And she said, well, I had to play something. And I said, I don't think so. She said, well, then write me one. And I thought, okay, she has really called my number. A few weeks later, my husband and I went to her house where she and her husband had friends in to dinner. Among the friends was her younger brother and his wife. So her name is Margaret, but she's called Maggie. But her brother called her Magnolia. And I thought, right, that's the title of the piece, Magnolia, and of course, it's a rag. So I wrote her the rag, and she enjoyed, I'm happy to say, a lot of success with it. And my other piano playing friends began asking me to write them a piece. And my friend Linda Moranis, with whom I shared the piano bench for about 25 years, we also played 2 pianos, said, well, how about me? Will you write me a piece? So her name is Linda. All the rags had flower names. So Columbine, beautiful Columbine, in Spanish is Columbina Linda. And that is what I'm hoping to play for you right now. I should say, you've not heard the piece before. It lasts about 6.5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. That was beautiful. It had a, what would you call is it a South American? It had a beautiful beat to it. I love that. One of the reasons that I'm up here instead of our music chair, she had a death in the family. So Sunny Zank, Dr. Sunny Zank is our music chair. So unfortunately she couldn't be here, but I am more than thrilled to be announcing and introducing all of our performers here tonight for you. The next piece is Oracles, and in your program you will see that it was composed by Betty Wishart. I don't know what state she's from, but, pardon me?
North Carolina.
Oh, wonderful. So she must be a part of your branch, or, okay. But anyway, she's not going to be here to perform it, but we will have Dr. Suzanne Newcomb, who's going to be on piano, and Dr. Aaron Helgeson Torres on flute. So if you would please take your places, and thank you so much.
Technical difficulties. We only were able to share a few words with Betty, but she is really, really lovely. The piece we're going to play for you today is in 3 short movements. I think you'll really enjoy them, and ideally my pedal will recognize my iPad here in a second.
Thank you, Doctors Newcomb and Torres. I know that that Betty Wishart would have been very pleased. It was beautiful. The second place winner was by Elizabeth Swift, and the title is Nothing Gold Can Stay. And I wonder how many of you recognize that title, Nothing Gold Can Stay. That is a poem by Robert Frost, and of course, our writers recognize that. She was writing this song, and I hope you'll indulge me and let me explain this. She was writing this song while her father was really, really ill, and she couldn't bring herself to finish it until after he died, because the poem itself is about mortality. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to recite it just so you get a sense of what she is doing on musically for the poem. Nothing Gold Can Stay by Robert Frost. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaves a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down to day, nothing gold can stay. Playing Elizabeth Swift's composition. She's not here this evening, but I introduce Clara Rudy on the piano.
we're getting set up for the next piece, I want to explain a little bit about it. It's extremely interesting. If you notice, the first place winner of the composition is from Michelle Green Wilner, and the name of it is Reverberations. And part of this is very contemporary, and it involves amplified violin with delay pedal. So you're going to be seeing that there's some electronics involved with this. And from what Arkady Gibbs, who is going to be our performer, was explaining to me, he was showing me the actual score. And there are squiggles and dots and all sorts of things that I've never seen. And my son is a musician, so I've seen, notes of music and things, but there are types of things on there that I've never seen before. So it'll be fascinating for us to know more and see and to hear what this actual piece is all about. And I want to just mention that the composer of this too was one of our Mature Women Grant winners before becoming a member of NLAPW. And a Mature Women Grant means that a person it's a competition that we have every other year, that women, they don't have to be a member, but they compete to be, to see if their piece might be one of the winning pieces for our competition. And I don't know if this was the actual piece that won for that, but I do know that we're very honored that she did become a member after that. This piece is actually in memoriam of Elie Wiesel, and I do know that Arkady, maybe you can tell us, if you wouldn't mind, in your bio, I know that you were especially drawn to this piece because of some of the things that you're involved in.
Yes. Okay, my name is Arkady Gibbs. I was born in Kiev, Ukraine, and first half of, I believe, first half of my life, I grew up and finished my music school and music university there, and my favorite kind of music, it's Jewish folk music, klezmer music and Israeli music. And when composer from Los Angeles called me and asked me to play this piece of music, and I realized it's two levels of music. One, it's a traditional Yiddish, which is Jewish music, folk music, and another, it's like a reflection of this music. And an idea of this piece, what Jewish, I think not only Jewish, what people think about war, particularly about Second World War, when was killed a lot of Jews, and this one, for me, it's a song about Holocaust during the Second World War. This music, it's one first part is mine. It's another part for viola. Vanessa will do that.
to fully introduce both of our performers, and I apologize. I was so taken by the music before, but now after hearing it, I'm so moved. It was so beautiful. It was very difficult. It's Vanessa Ripley on viola and Arkady Gibbs on violin. It was so difficult to find people that could perform this in the first place because it is so contemporary with the electronics involved. I've never heard that, and it added so much to it. It was lovely, haunting, and I could just imagine. I can't imagine what people were going through during that time period, but a piece like this gets to you and makes you understand a little bit about that. So thank you, not only to you, but to all of our performers and to everybody that came and wanted to hear some lovely and wonderful original music. So thank